Now, if you've put on weight around your tummy, the likelihood is a couple of things have happened. The first one is that you just want to cover it up and you just want to hide that as much as possible. So the likelihood is, if you are anything like lots of other people that I see on a daily basis, you probably wear something quite baggy to cover that up. The other thing that may well have happened as well is you may well just go for safe options in your wardrobe, because since putting weight on round your middle, you don't know how to dress anymore. It could have been in your 20s and 30s, things felt right, and now they don't feel quite as good and you feel really conscious about that area. Well, today's video is entirely for you. I have got my top 7 dress styles for somebody with a larger tummy. So let's get started. Now, number 1 is wrap dresses. Now, you might be looking at me going, well, I don't want to wear something that wraps around my tummy. That seems crazy. I want something that goes out in a big A-line like this, right from my bust. No, you don't. So, wrap dresses. Now, what you want is something that comes in a V, it wraps around, it comes under your bust, ties at the side or ties at the back, and then it differentiates between your bust and your tummy and gently skims out over your tummy. Now, quite often wrap dresses will come out in an A-line below where you make the tie, like in the wrap. And the other thing that's good about wrap dresses is they create a diagonal look where the fabric is ruching. So the eye goes like this diagonally across the body instead of it just being all really plain and simple, which confuses the eye a bit. Plus it comes in your body, plus it creates a V, which draws the eye down your body. So it gently skims over that tummy without clinging to it. Now, another tip for this as well, if you're going to go for wrap dresses, go for something matte, maybe slightly towards the mid to darker range in colour, and even go for a pattern. But I promise you a wrap dress will look absolutely fabulous on you. It is literally alongside one other dress, which I'll mention later on in this video, which I always go for if I have somebody in front of me who's feeling really conscious about their tummy, wants to look lovely for a special occasion, or maybe just to literally go out to the shops. It's always a wrap dress that I will go for. Welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle Barra. I have been a personal stylist for 26 years and I'm now here to help you build a wardrobe that has you feeling good, looking good, and mixes and matches easily. So before I go on, please like, subscribe, comment below. All of that genuinely helps me bring more content to you. Thank you so much. Now, number 2 is A-line dresses. Now, this is very important. Listen to this before you run off and buy any old A-line dress. I mean an A-line dress that, again, will come in under the bust. It might be in a V again. That would be great because, again, that would draw the eye down the body, but then gently skims out in an A-line after that. So it comes in under your bust, then it kicks out slightly. The reason for this is that you're coming in at your smallest part of your body, and then you're gently skimming over that tummy and coming out again. Now, what you don't want is something that has a lot of flare on it, that adds loads of bulky fabric to it. So maybe, you know, it's really gathered under the bust and it comes out really far. It almost goes into a circle skirt or something like that. You probably want to avoid that because it adds a lot of excess fabric that you don't necessarily need. What we're looking for is something that comes in under the bust, then gently flares out in an A-line. Now, if you've really struggled since you've maybe put on a bit of weight around your tummy and you look at your wardrobe, you wear the same things over and over and over again that don't feel right on you, you don't feel like you look good. It could have well been that back in your teens, 20s, 30s, you used to wear whatever you want, and now you just wear the same old things over and over again because they feel comfortable. I don't want you to just feel comfortable. I want you to feel good. So please book in for a discovery call with me. We have a little free chat for 15 minutes and I can talk to you about how I can help you build a wardrobe that feels much more like you and has you feeling confident again. I promise you we can do it, and I'd love to meet you as well. I'll put the link here and in the notes. Now, next up is empire line dresses. Now, if you don't know what an empire line is, again, it is a line that runs straight underneath the bust and it gently flares out. Think of like the Edwardian dresses where they would come in and then they would go right the way to the floor. We don't need one that necessarily goes right to the floor, but we just want one that comes in. So it's a straight line. I would have something that draws the eye down the body. So maybe it is a V-neck, or maybe you wear a long necklace with it or something like that, so it draws the eye down. Or it could be you wear an open jacket with it as well, like a straightforward open jacket that goes all the way down. Again, that draws two lines down your body and kind of cuts your body in half. Another great tip there. But yes, the Empire line dress, it can go to your knee, just below the knee, wherever you feel comfortable, but so that it gently skims out. Again, we want it to come out in an A line from this line under your bust and gently skim out from there. Now, next up is fit and flare dresses. So this is where we are adding a little bit more fabric to that bottom part. I wouldn't go too crazy with this one, but the idea again is that you fit at the top and then you flare out at the bottom. So you can go for something that's got a little bit more swing. Maybe it's pleated, maybe it's got a little bit of gathering, but just not too much bulk, because what we don't want to do is make your tummy look even bigger than it is. So yes, fit and flare dresses can work really well as well. Now, what I will say with this, as I've said before, is try and have the flare come from the top area of your stomach, or either just underneath your bust, so that it doesn't dig into your tummy and then kick out. That's what we don't want. We want it to be further up the top so it doesn't feel like it's digging in before it flares out. Next up is colour block dresses. Now, there's a couple of different ways that you can do this, but this is a really, really clever one. So the first one, which is a little bit more simple, is maybe you have a colour block dress where it's lighter at the top, then where it kicks out, where it's going to skim your tummy, it's darker. Because what that does is the darker sets back, the lighter sets forward. So whenever you are looking to cover up a part of your body, always wear lighter and brighter in areas you're happy with, and darker and matter in areas you're not. So having a colour block dress that maybe is in an Empire line, maybe it's navy blue at the bottom underneath the bust, and then gently skims out and the top is ivory. What that will do is it will instantly slim that area of your tummy. And the other way that you can do this, and this is a particularly clever one, and you may well have seen dresses like this, they're often quite fitted and they can sometimes move into the bodycon area, but you don't need to go into a bodycon dress, okay? But it's where you see two darker panels that run right the way down the outside of the dress, and then there's a panel in the middle which is usually lighter. Now, what this does is it gives the illusion of shape, but also the darker panels down the side again set back, and what you see forward is the light in the middle, the lighter colour in the middle. That instantly makes you look a lot slimmer, just overall, not even just your tummy, but just overall. So colour blocking can be really, really clever. Now, a way that you could do this, if you want to try and cheat it, is to just wear maybe a lighter dress, and if that you're not going to be taking a cardigan, or I would say a jacket's probably better, because sometimes cardigans can add too much bulk and look frumpy. But if you've got a lightweight jacket or coat that comes down to almost the same length, pretty much the same length as the dress, okay, in a darker colour, have it so it's straight. You don't want loads of big lapels or loads of fuss or anything else. Straight down the line down the body in a darker colour, you will create the same kind of illusion. Now, you could do this the opposite way as well. You could possibly have a mid-tone jacket and a darker dress underneath. But what we're trying to do is break up your body into three distinct lines, and that immediately makes you look slimmer. So colour blocking is a really, really clever one. If you're looking to start a capsule wardrobe, or just put a wardrobe together that works for you now and you almost want to start again, download my capsule wardrobe blueprint. It's entirely free. It's got lots of different suggestions as to how you can get started. You can fill it out as you go along. I'll put the link here and also in the notes. Now, the next one is one of my favorites. Now, this style of dress, alongside the wrap dress that I mentioned right at the beginning, is probably the one style and cut that I know works for pretty much every single body shape, and that is the tea dress. Now, I know some of you in different parts of the world don't even know what a tea dress is. Think 1940s again, where you'd have usually sometimes a dress with a little bit of a collar on. It was maybe sometimes worn with a few buttons open, sometimes it was in a V-neck, but it always came in either under the bust or shortly below that, and then gently skimmed out in an A-line. It often had a little little tie belt at the back. Very, very simple, very, very clean, very, very stylish, can be dressed up or dressed down. It's one of the best styles of dresses that you can get, in my humble opinion, because it suits pretty much every single body shape and it hides a multitude of sins. So yes, the tea dress is my second favourite, up there with that wrap dress for hiding a tummy, but also having you look elegant and amazing. Now, the last one is hinting towards the wrap dress at the beginning, and that's asymmetric gathering. Now, what I mean by this is sometimes you can get a dress and it's got a knot on some sort of side of it, or it's the material sort of gathered and it goes across the body like this. That can work really, really well as well, because what it does is it allows a little bit of fabric for your tummy to sit behind at the back of it, but it doesn't cling to that shape of your tummy. It draws a line across it like this. So it makes your tummy sit behind it. So asymmetric kind of gathered dresses can work really well as well. They come in lots of different styles. Some of them will work for you, some of them won't. You might have to try a few different styles. I would go for something that again comes in and then gently kicks out as well. What you don't want is something that is too clingy all the way down, because that then could attach itself to you in places you're not happy with as well. But ultimately, go for something that has gathering, goes across the body, but then comes out a little bit of A-line as well. So that is asymmetric gathering types of dresses. They can be really good as well. So I hope you found this helpful today. Like I said, if you've put on a little bit of weight, you are not alone. I talk to women every single day who are exactly the same as you. If you're feeling conscious about that, please book in for a discovery call with me. I'd love to chat to you and I'd love to help you as well. I don't want anybody, nobody, everybody is beautiful. Every single body is beautiful, and I want all of you to feel good about yourself. So please either watch more of my videos, get some more info that way, or book in for a discovery call with me and have a chat with me directly. So let me know in the comments whether you've got any of these dresses. Please go out and try a few on, or order some online, try them up in the safety of your own home if you're feeling a little bit conscious about it. And let me know in the comments how you get on. Let me know what your favourite dress is as well, if you've got one that really works for you and it's in a style that I haven't mentioned as well. I'd love to hear from you. So have a wonderful week wherever you are, and I will see you next time. Take care.